controversial crimes of WWE legend Kevin Nash. Kevin Nash, known for his towering presence in the world of professional wrestling, remains a legendary figure. However, when the name Kevin Nash gets associated with horrible crimes, it's not in the criminal sense, but rather in the kayfabe realm of wrestling, where he became infamous for his behind-the-scenes influence and alleged crimes against the wrestling business. These are not crimes in the literal legal sense, but more so infamous actions or decisions that greatly impacted professional wrestling. In the wrestling community, Nash is often seen as a controversial figure due to several instances where fans and insiders believe he harmed the business. Let's dive into these so-called horrible crimes of Kevin Nash, which include booking decisions, the infamous Fingerpoke of Doom, and his backstage politics. The Fingerpoke of Doom, a moment that broke WCW. One of the most infamous moments of Kevin Nash's wrestling career is the Fingerpoke of Doom. To set the stage, it was 1999, and World Championship Wrestling WCW was neck and neck with WWE in the Monday Night Wars. Nash had just won the WCW World Heavyweight Championship by defeating Goldberg, ending the latter's historic undefeated streak. Fans were excited to see what would come next in WCW, particularly who Nash's next rival would be. On January 4, 1999, Kevin Nash was scheduled to defend his title against Hulk Hogan. Fans were thrilled. This was a clash of titans. But then, the unthinkable happened. Instead of an epic match, Hogan poked Nash in the chest with his finger, and Nash theatrically fell to the ground, allowing Hogan to pin him for the championship. Fans were outraged, booing at what was perceived as a mockery of the sport. The incident became known as the Fingerpoke of Doom, and is often cited as the turning point when WCW started its downward spiral. Nash's role in this event, both as a wrestler and as part of the booking team, is seen by many as a key crime that contributed to WCW's eventual demise. Backstage politics and the Clique. If there's one thing Kevin Nash is known for in the wrestling world, it's his backstage influence. Nash, along with his close friends Shawn Michaels, Scott Hall, Triple H, and Sean Waltman, X-Pac, formed a group known as the Clique. This faction wasn't an on-screen wrestling stable. Rather, it was a real-life group that wielded significant power behind the scenes in WWE during the mid-90s. The Clique was notorious for their control over creative decisions, determining who got pushed to the top and who got left behind. They were accused of burying talent they didn't like and only promoting their own members. Nash and the Clique were especially infamous for their role in the departure of several talents from WWE, as many wrestlers felt they couldn't get ahead unless they were in the good graces of this powerful group. One of the more controversial incidents involving the Clique was the infamous curtain call in 1996. During a live event at Madison Square Garden, Nash, Hall, Michaels, and Triple H broke character to embrace each other in the ring, acknowledging their real-life friendship. This was a huge violation of kayfabe, as Nash and Hall were playing villains, while Michaels and Triple H were babyfaces. The incident angered WWE officials and wrestlers alike, as it blurred the lines between scripted storylines and reality, something that was sacred in the business at the time. Nash left for WCW shortly after, avoiding any real punishment, but the incident cemented the Clique's reputation as a group that did what they wanted, regardless of the consequences. Nash's booking influence. Kevin Nash was not only a top performer in WCW, but he also served as a booker, meaning he had a significant say in the direction of storylines and who got pushed as the top stars. While Nash's wrestling career was decorated with championship victories and iconic moments, his booking career is often criticized for being self-serving and damaging to WCW's long-term success. Many fans and wrestling insiders accuse Nash of booking himself to win major matches and titles, often at the expense of younger talent, who could have used the spotlight to elevate their careers. One of the most criticized decisions was Nash's ending of Goldberg's 173-match winning streak at WCW's Starrcade event in 1998. Goldberg was WCW's hottest star at the time, and many believed that his undefeated streak should have ended in a way that would build up a new superstar. Instead, Nash booked himself to win the match and take the title, which many argue did more harm than good to the company. Nash's tenure as a booker is also blamed for WCW's failure to create new stars. During the Monday Night Wars with WWE, WCW relied heavily on established names like Nash, Hogan, and other older stars. Meanwhile, WWE was building new stars like The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and Triple H. As WCW continued to push the same older names, their product began to feel stale, and ratings plummeted. Many wrestling historians believe that Nash's reluctance to elevate new talent was a major factor in WCW's eventual collapse. Another crime Kevin Nash is often accused of is his in-ring style. Standing at 6 feet 10 inches and weighing over 300 pounds, Nash was an imposing figure, but he was also criticized for being slow and often unmotivated in the ring. Fans and critics alike began referring to him as Big Lazy, a play on his Big Sexy nickname. Nash's matches often lacked the intensity and athleticism that fans were used to seeing from other top stars. His moveset was limited, with many of his matches relying on his signature powerbomb, the jackknife, and little else. Critics argue that Nash's limited in-ring ability was masked by his size and charisma, but when it came to delivering exciting matches, he often fell short. Some of his high-profile matches, particularly during his WCW tenure, are remembered for being slow, plotting affairs that failed to live up to expectations. Despite the accusations of backstage politics, self-serving booking, and lackluster performances, there's no denying that Kevin Nash had a significant impact on professional wrestling. As one half of the Outsiders with Scott Hall, Nash played a key role in the formation of the New World Order (NWO), one of the most iconic factions in wrestling history. The NWO storyline helped WCW overtake WWE in the ratings for 83 consecutive weeks, making it one of the hottest periods in wrestling history. But even the NWO's success came with its share of controversy. As the group expanded, it became bloated with too many members, diluting its original impact. Many fans and insiders blame Nash for allowing the NWO to spiral out of control, turning what was once a revolutionary storyline into an overexposed gimmick. In conclusion, the horrible crimes of Kevin Nash are less about legal wrongdoings and more about the behind-the-scenes influence, controversial decisions, and polarizing legacy he left in the wrestling industry. From the Fingerpoke of Doom to his role in the fall of WCW, Nash's impact is undeniable. Love him or hate him, his actions, whether intentional or not, are etched into the history of professional wrestling, making him both a revered and reviled figure in the sports annals.